Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sandiozo and today we are going to be playing some Ostriv. Now Ostriv is an 18th century town building simulator. Your main goal is to build a town somewhere in Eastern Europe from ground up. The game itself is in early access and sadly the developers do live in Ukraine, which has greatly slow down the development process, but even because of that, they are still updating the game. Recently, they released Alpha 5, which added several new residential buildings, improvements and bug fixes. So I was thinking, why not try it out again and see how this game has changed. So let's just dive in. So we're gonna start a new game. We're gonna choose a map, and I was thinking we could go with map 8, just because, first of all, I haven't played this map myself, and second of all, I feel like it's the most challenging one because of the size of the body, the size of the water, which do. Oh, I wanted to choose spruces, which do take away a lot of land we could be using for agriculture or just the expansion of our town, but it does give us the possibility to create a big fishing industry, and I think that's what we are going to be focusing on. We don't have any iron, we do have limestone and stone. It is limited, so that is nothing we will be able to profit off, but yeah, so the first thing we need to do is choose our starting location. So my plan is to use this side of the map, the left side, for agricultural needs, and then the right side is gonna be where the actual town is gonna be. So I think we're gonna center our city or our town here, and we could maybe build the main church on this small half island. We can have the graveyards here, decorated whatnot, and then have all the main buildings around here. So I think we're gonna start by placing our village here, stop the time. Now, the first thing we need to do is build some forestry. I'm just wondering, the first farms, okay, so it is gonna take some time for them to actually walk here. We do need to count in the time that they need to walk, because that's gonna slow down the time they could actually be working. But since my plan is to have concentrate all the agricultural stuff here, I guess I will have to. Well, we could actually start by building a farm here, like a temporary one, and then have the fields here, because it does take time for them to chop down the trees. But okay, let's go with a forestry building. Need to remember where the buildings were. Let's go, let's place it down here. These trees, we will have to remove them. We have that one. Let's place down a clay pit. Let's find a spot. Honestly, this is just gonna be temporarily. We're gonna move it later on. Also, the other thing we're gonna be focusing on a lot is charcoal. Because there is a village that will be buying charcoal, and it's I think one of the easiest products we can produce, and it will help us a lot by earning some money. Let's place 6 of these. So we have forestry. We won't be able to build a farm just yet. We need how many? 3, 6, 9 houses as well. We could build the regular houses without the gardens, but that's not going to provide food for them, and that's going to be problematic, I think, in the long term. So let's start with these houses. Let's rotate it in such a way that we don't need to chop down any woods. 1, 2, and there comes the woods. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's see, we will also need Thatcher. We have it. Oh my god. That line. I love to see it. So, oh, there we go. Okay, we need a thatcher. We can actually place it somewhere here. I'm not focusing much on building it nicely right now because a lot of things are temporarily besides the actual housing. We will need thatcher, and we do also need, we can start a time so people can start building the woodworks. We will also need smithy for nails and such. Place it like this. And that should be it. That should be a good start. Now, let's place down the farm for the future. And I think it's gonna be just down here, so they have easier way to go here, and then they can go to the fields there. All right, let's speed up some time. Let's watch them build a forestry building. Perfect. We do have forestry. We also have a clay pit. Now they should be able to start building the housing. Now we do need a housing because once the winter hits, the families that are not being placed inside the houses will leave. We can get new people to move in. Oh, we need to also employ some workers. Let's start with 2. We can get new families to move in. If you look here, it does say what are the requirements. So far we need market, available housing and available jobs. That is very easy to achieve. And with time, the more people you have, the more requirements you get. Right now we don't need any religious buildings or entertainment buildings. If I remember right, the entertainment buildings are required from 400 people and up. The religious one, I'm not sure. I think it might be like 200 or something, but it's very easy to build. You can build a small chapel and the problem is fixed. Now with the entertainment buildings, you do... Where do we have it? Here. It's a tavern. It's only, so far it's only one building. It's a tavern. Also, these are the buildings that were added in the latest patch. They are really beautiful. And they do give like a little bit more of a town/city kind of vibe in the 18th century. Getting back to entertainment, this is the entertainment building, tavern. This is the one you need to actually have more than 400 people. Once this is built, you do need to be able to sell alcohol, otherwise the building is inactive and it won't be providing you the access to more than 400 people. Now, what I'm wondering about is if we should, yeah, I think we should build some fisheries as well. And we also need a trading post so we can start gaining some money. Because these $2,000 or coins will empty out soon or fast. So let's see. Let's start with the fishery. We need boatyard, so we can actually build the boats. Now I wonder where it would be nicer to place it. I guess we can place it around here. That should be fine. And then we need a fishery or fishing docks itself. Let's place it like right next to here just to save some space. We can't actually, there's uneven terrain. Are we not able to build here at all? What about this side? Yeah, we can. Okay, let's go here then. It's only one tree. They're gonna remove it in no time. Where is the trading post? I don't remember. There we go. Since this is kind of a big building, I like to place it as one of the main central buildings. And I like to place it somewhere that's gonna be basically called the city center. Which could more or less be this spot, honestly. I think that will be good because it will help to support town around it. Since most of it is going to be located here, it's kind of like in the middle of the both sides of the available map. So let's build it somewhere around here. Let's see. Do I want it somewhere close to the water? How will it look nicest? I guess we can like place it like here. I think that will be fine. We do have one building finished. So as you can see, these buildings actually have gardens around them, and they can actually grow their own vegetables and stuff, which do help them to survive longer. These buildings don't have any gardens, so they have to buy all the food, which includes vegetables, fruits, and meat. And so to actually be able to, you know, have these buildings in your town, you need to be able to support them. Currently, we don't have any food sources, so it's not really smart to build them. That's why we are focusing on the regular houses. Let's see, can I add more workers? Yeah, we can. Does everything else looks fine? We have some charcoal being burnt. And so far we don't really have anything else to do, just to wait for them to finish. So let's have a little speed up here until they are done. Now, while the buildings are being built, we can actually start adding some decorations. Now, the decorations itself doesn't really do anything in terms of citizens, or it doesn't really give any benefits, just they are more like eye candies for yourself. But let's just add... well, the one thing we do have are the benches, and I know that people really love to sit on them. And I'm wondering if that somehow helps them with like restoring energy or something. Just place some benches down and start planting trees. Now, trees do actually take a few years to grow, so it's good to plant them in good time if you want them to be visible early. We have finished building 5 houses, so it means 4 families are still without a house. It is July, so I think we have good time until the snow comes, which is in December. We should be able to finish all the houses by then. Yeah, let's add more bushes. Let's see. Let's place them. I normally like to place them on the corners of the benches just to like add a little bit more of privacy, and just looks nice, I would say. There we go. Also, yes, in this game, the paths are being created automatically. You can't really create paths. Well, since the latest update, we are able to build pavements, but currently the pavements are, I would say, difficult to build because they do get impacted by the collisions, especially because every house has less area where they come inside and go outside is reserved, and you can't really like build on it. I will show you if we just try to like make like a small, as you can see, it's already showing that there's an error. You can see the marked zones, so you can't really like place under it, which I think it's kind of bad. I hope they fix it. I hope they actually make that the pavement becomes collision free, because otherwise I don't really know how to use it so far. But alright, 3 more houses to go. This one's already halfway finished. And I must say, I really love the animation of how the buildings are being built in this game. Like, you can actually see step by step them placing the wood, placing the bricks, placing the you know, everything, the nails or whatever, and it looks so cool. Okay, we're out of wood. What is happening here? Are we not working? I think we need more workers. Let's fire a couple of them, just so we get into workforce. It is August, we should be able to finish. We have lost around a little bit more than 100 coins, which is still fine. So each family actually earns the money. You can see their wealth here, it's combined, you can see their income, and then you also have to decide on taxes and how much you're gonna pay them and so on. So basically you are gonna go bankrupt if you're not gonna export stuff, because you know all the families, they need to earn money, and then you can't tax them, but it's just gonna like end up being that, you know, they're gonna go bankrupt and they won't be able to afford buying food and necessities. So for your economy to not go dead and your village or town not to just go spiral down into, you know, being abandoned, you need to export stuff, export more and import less. The more money you get inside, the more money you can distribute around your town, and then that is the only way for you to stay afloat. Okay, so far 2 more houses left to go. September looks good, looks good. Afterwards they're gonna work on thatchery because I need that for the houses. Actually hope we do have enough straw for the last 2 roofs, because otherwise we're gonna be in big problem. I don't think the smithy needs where is it? Isn't it here? Let it go. Yeah, it doesn't need the straw. I wonder if I should build that one first, just in case we run out of nails. But I think it's gonna be fine. There we go. We only have 1 village house left to build, and then we have provided housing to all the families here. While we wait for that, I was thinking I could actually introduce myself, since this is my first video on YouTube. My name is Sandioso. I love to play video games. I game a lot. I also do streams on Twitch TV/Sandioso. Most of the time on Twitch I do stream horror games, DBD or Dead by Daylight, Phasmophobia, a Demonologist and games like that. And then I was kind of hoping to use YouTube for games that I would not be able to actually stream on Twitch, like Ostriv. I do think these games are more relaxed type of games that, you know, people wouldn't really want to watch on stream. So I was thinking, you know, let's use YouTube for games I want to play in my own time, peacefully, enjoy, because I do really love building games, base building games, city building games, like anything that has to do with buildings or building something. I love games where, you know, we are allowed to go and be creative. I also currently am waiting for the new update to come to Workers and Resources of Soviet Union, because I actually want to make video of that game as well. I'm just waiting for the new beta update come out, which is gonna add a lot of new stuff. And these are the kind of games I really enjoy playing, because I feel like they give me the tools to actually be creative and do the things I would, you know, not be able to do in real life. We also need to build a well. Let's see. Place it down here. Let's see. So then we're gonna have a street going like this here as well. Be fine. Let's do this one. Now, what am I planning to do with my channel here? I'm planning to play games like you see yourself, Ostriv. I'm also planning to start a series of X4. Then, of course, like I mentioned, once the patch come out, we'll play the Soviet resources series. With Ostriv, we're gonna play until we have built pretty much everything, and there's not much more to expand. I don't think it's gonna be a long series because currently, even though there is plenty to build, as you can see here, you can really achieve everything in a pretty fast way. Let's add 2 people to start working here. But yeah, just stay tuned, follow, subscribe if you want to see more from me. I'm beginner with all of these things. I'm not a professional gamer. I'm not a professional streamer. This, like I said, this is my first YouTube video. I hope I'm going to be improving myself. I can already feel that, you know, it is not as easy to just sit down and record and be able to just speak. Oh, just so you know, we actually made it. We barely made it finish the last house before winter came. Good job. But yeah, I hope this channel is going to be able to grow. I want to, create a lot of nice gaming content here, just to play the games I really enjoy playing, which are often city building games, strategy games, survival games, first-person shooters like Fallout, all types of those kind of games. But okay, let's get back at Ostriv. So we have finished Thatchery. So we are actually able to actually do work in wintertime as well. That's good to know. How's firewood situation going? It's fine. I have a lot of wood. Now let's finish smithy. I think we will have to start firing people here because I need more workers. Spread out. Now that we have, okay, let them build the farm and the fishing and stuff. So we can actually, when the winter is past, we can actually start producing things. We also need to build more housing so we can get new families in. So let's add a house like here. Let's start actually removing the trees there as well. Put this down, yeah I did. Okay, that's good. I think this could be a block. So building buildings on the other side as well. Okay, fine. Okay, the farm is being built. We will also need to place down hard parking. Let's do it here. It will greatly help our workers transporting stuff around. This one here, and then we'll be placing one here somewhere. Let's do it here. Like just go. We do need a I think it was under here. Where's it? Smithy carpentry. There we go. We need a carpentry building so we can actually be able to build and repair wagons. Right now I really need this farm to be finished. So workers, resources. We're still missing some resources, but it should be fine. January, okay, like I do hope we're gonna be able to finish it before February so we can actually grow stuff. We also need the granary around here so we can easily store things. And also so they don't have to like walk too far. Let's see. Small granaries. Almost taking more resources. Well, it takes different resources, but it feels like it takes more. Let's go with the standard one, the big one. Let's place it like this. Now the farmhouse is able to actually store a lot of resources itself, but it will be good to actually move it inside storage. First we're gonna grow potatoes and some buckwheat so we can start supplying our people with some food. And maybe we can start exporting some as well. Now we do need to build the salt works. It does need stone. The reason why is so we can start drying fish. Now, why would you dry fish? Is because the food does rot and it does spoil. And drying all the fish is gonna make them last longer. I'm not sure if they actually make them last forever, but they do make them last longer. And then we can actually be able to like store them inside the trading post for other villages to buy from us. Okay, the well's been built as well, that's good. Missing some thatch. Gonna be all of it. 300 left. 260. Almost all the resources on the spot. How much is it stored? Okay, we have enough. That's good. February, okay. We might just make it. Oh, we do have. Here we go. We have all the resources here. Now we just need for the workers to come here. Let me see. Can I fire you? Let's fill this spot up. Switch jobs. Once February is finished, the snow will melt and then starts the farming season. So I really want to be done with this building as soon as possible. There we go, perfect. Alright, let's put workers back here. Another worker there. Take these away, let's have, I think 4 was enough. So they're gonna start working with boathouse and fishing dock. We need to make some fields. Let's see. Now, how I normally do is I do build 9 fields once I have, what are they called? Let me see. Plow, those like ox. Because they do speed up the process of plowing the fields. But we're currently gonna start with like, I would say 6 maybe. Even though the workers might not be able to work all the fields in time, they will be able to do it later on. Let's start with 6 fields. Let's see. 3. Let's make this kind of like a road. I'm also going for the max size fields. I don't know if this is the most like best way to do it, but that's just how I normally do it. Even if it's not, I'm fine with it. I'm honestly fine with it. Let's see, this should be the last one. So also we're gonna be, even though we have 6 fields, only 4 of them gonna be active each season. We need a manager, Brighter's Gathering, so the max workers. Need a manager, so we can add more, there we go. Set up. So how I normally do it is I have 2 seasons of actual growing, and then the third one is fallow. So we're gonna have each 2 fields are gonna be fallowing at the same time. So that's why only 4 fields are gonna be active each season. Am I gonna be able to change it? Okay, good. Start with buckwheat, potato, potato, buckwheat, just so it's the same every season. We have that one. Then we're gonna be buckwheat, potato, potato, buckwheat, and then this is gonna be fallow. Wheat, potato, potato. So this is gonna provide us with some good food source. Activate them. This, don't hire men. I want the men to be working at other jobs. There we go. We have an active farm. Our ladies should be working there now. Might be able to fire this one, so she goes to the farm. There we go. Okay. Boathouse. How's it going here? It's good. How's the nails coming? Slowly. Can I? Charcoal. It uses charcoal to actually smell the nails and metal parts. But once we're done with the fishing, we need a trading post so we can start selling stuff as well. Then we're gonna have some extra houses. Sewing. These ones are gonna go through. Follow status, even though we don't need them, but that's just how it is. Our carts need to be repaired. We can't do that just yet. Let's do this. There's no reason to hire anybody there yet. We don't even have a boathouse yet. We might need to actually build a carpentry before anything else so they can fix the carts. So it's gonna slow down everything. Now the workers do actually need to go and rest, so that's why sometimes the construction sites become empty. Well, now they are gathering resources, but you can see he's going back home. I guess take a nap and eat some food. Makes sense. Doing that. How's the well? Almost full, that's good. It's not being drained. We can also build this one. Doesn't provide drinking water for citizens. Okay. Most of the cases I build this one just because it kind of looks nice and it adds to the realism. The people will be standing here and maybe taking a ride in their boat or fishing or something. It doesn't happen. I think those platforms are only used for businesses who need water and it doesn't need to be clean, I guess. But otherwise it just adds to the beauty. Okay, looks like something is growing here. If you can see the different like texture. But anything else actually managed to be sowed? Maybe not. Okay, fishing house is almost done. There we go. Three boats. Now we need somebody working here. The kind of carpentry house. We also need a storage here, so we can start storing the charcoal. So it's just a little bit nicer, like here. So we can start storing charcoal and be able to actually export more. I think the trading house is able to store 20,000 units of everything in total. With time, we are going to be building a second trading post. We're going to be deciding where we're going to have our main forestry area, maybe somewhere in the corner here. But actually, I kind of like want to have forest in this area, so when people are gonna walk through, they're gonna have to like walk through like a forest. So maybe I will like keep most of the forest here. And they're gonna build the second forestry building or trading post next to the forestry center, and have it only have charcoal